Coming to you from the Black Goat 39 studios, this is the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast, episode 135. Now here's your host, the Guru of Sports. You guys know what time it is. When you hear that, you guys know what time it is when you hear it twice. This is the Guru, and I am back. I thank you guys. Hello, sports fans, and welcome. Welcome to episode 135 of the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast. I am your host, the Guru of Sports, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am tired. I'm very tired. The reason I'm tired is because, well, I had a lot of stuff to do this week. I was on the road a lot this week. Matter of fact, I was in New York 4 out of 5 days this week. I was in New Jersey for one day. So it was a lot of driving. I had a great time. And believe me, it's interesting to see how New York traffic is. And believe me, I tell you guys, the people that live up in New York, I got to give it to you guys. You guys get a gold medal for driving into that mess every single day, especially driving around Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. Oh my gosh, Long Island, the whole works. I mean, it was something else, man. It was just like that traffic up there is murder. I didn't figure a speech of saying the word murder. Unfortunately, I was in New York when they had a funeral procession for an EMT that passed away. She was brutally killed, and I just wanted to make sure that I pass on my condolences to their families and all. But it was something else because I've driven a lot. I mean, I've driven here, I've driven in California, I've driven all over, and to see how the city of New York comes out and honor the fallen is really remarkable. And I wanted to make sure that I pass that along because, the thing about it is that when it's a tragedy when firemen, policemen, EMTs, people that help us out have fallen, and I just wanted to make sure that I pass on my condolences to their families and all. All right, well, oh boy, last week I had my cousin James on, and he told me that Philadelphia would win that game, and he texted me after the game and he said, "Hey man, you guys played pretty good. Jacksonville played pretty good." I said, "Yeah, it was a really sloppy game, but I'm not gonna make any excuses. No excuses for the way Jacksonville played last week up in Philadelphia." But I do want to say this. Thank you for all the texts and all the well wishes and congratulatory mentions that I got from Philadelphia Eagle fans. I tell you, see, here we go. I give Philadelphia credit, and what do they do in return? They jump all over me. Yes, that's right. Anyway, now I look at it this way. I'm good with Philadelphia fans. Philadelphia fans and me go way back. There's a long history of the Guru and Philadelphia fan. But the thing is that Philadelphia fan, you guys remember me when I make a bold prediction, don't you? Now I got 50 some odd texts. Now that's a lot for me in one day. I have never got that many texts from anybody after a win or a loss or anything. But it was real funny that people I haven't heard from in years and years and years and telling me, hey, congratulations, how about them Eagles? And then the chants and all that, and oh gosh, it was something else. Philadelphia fans, I got to give it to you guys. You guys are really relentless, boy. I tell you. And then, you say something good or bad about your team, you guys want to go off or go at it. But I tell you one thing, Philadelphia fans, I got to give you credit. You guys, I like making fun with you guys. I like joking around with you guys and poking at you guys. But most of the time, you guys come back and, you guys handle it the way you guys handle it anyway. So, got to give Philadelphia fans some credit. I don't know why, but, I meant to tell you guys. All right, there's no guest picker today. Because the guest picker I wanted to come on, he was another Philadelphia Eagle fan, but he had a prior engagement, and I wanted to send along my congratulations to him for another great wedding anniversary. My man Chris Kerwin, I wanted to tell you, congratulations, my man. Chris is a really good friend, really good guy. One of the best supervisors I ever worked for in my career, in working career. And he always, he plays in my fantasy football league. And he whooped my butt. Matter of fact, the first game of the season. I'm going to get some revenge on him next time. But anyway, I wanted to say Chris Kerwin couldn't make it in this week. But hopefully next week we got another special guest that I'm going to bring on. And like I said, this whole thing about picking against the Guru is just a good thing. I mean, I like to have guys, girls, and everybody come in, and we can sit down and talk and chat a little bit, and make sure that we make it fun. Yeah, I mean, it's always a fun thing. A fun thing for me just to, talk and, from the 4 people that we had on in the first 4 weeks, it was really good to just catch up and, spend some time with them and make sure that, we all have, stuff that's going on in our lives, and it's good to catch up. I gotta admit, 2 of the 4 were family members. So, I mean, it's like we don't really get a chance to see, I don't get a chance to see most of my family because, family's gigantic and spread out all over the place. But it is good to talk to some family. One of my family members is my first cousin from on my dad's side down in Florida. And I checked on them, make sure that they're okay. And my other one was from my mom's side, and he lives in Philadelphia, and he's an Eagle fan, so I got it all from I got a lot of people in my family, so if I do bring a family member on, it's just more or less to catch up and to make sure that we're getting the getting to make sure we touch base all the way. Yeah, that's what I meant, touch base. So, anyway, I wanted to let you guys know that, I have the standings actually for the first 4 weeks for the guys that came on. Okay, in the league right now is my cousin Damien. He was 4-1. He was 4-1. My man Dan, Dixieland Dan, he was guesting first guest we had. He was 3-1-1, and he pushed on one of them. And I think me and him both picked the same guy or same team. My man Daryl was he was on. I think he was the third one on, and he was funny as I don't know what, because his dog basically took the show. And like I said, I can talk, and it's good to hear everybody and catch up with Daryl. Daryl was a former co-worker, and he was a great dude. And he was, he wanted to congratulate me on the Eagles' victory as well. And then there was my cousin James. He came in last week. He was 3-3 or 3-2. And like I said, it's fun to pick against these guys. And like I said, I'm gonna pick. There's gonna be more people that I got to pick against. But it was just fun to catch up with those four guys the last 4 weeks or so. I'll tell you one thing, I'm really tired, but the show must go on, and I definitely have to, keep it going. Okay, this is what we got going on the podcast this week. All right, college rap is coming up in a few, and after that, we're going to go to news and notes, and we're going to talk about that. I'll tell you what, in the second half, I'm going to talk about that debacle that was on Thursday night. Now, I didn't get a chance to see it, which was a good thing because I had to work. But from what I heard, from what I saw, my God, that was probably one of the worst games I ever seen in my life. Believe me, it was. And right now, I'm telling you guys, I'm watching I'm talking right now, and I'm watching the Mets and the Padres, and well, I tell you, this doesn't look really good for the Mets. I was rooting for the Mets all year because this was their 60th anniversary, and they not just because they have the richest owner in the sport, which really doesn't make a big deal. But, it's just that the Mets are always the second-class citizens of New York. And, they've always been the Yankees or this, and, the Yankees. And the Mets, they haven't had a good season. This is only the 10th time, bust of facts, this is only the 10th time that they actually been into the playoffs. 2 World Series championships, one in '69 when they beat my Orioles, and one in '86 when they beat the Red Sox. But the thing about it is that the Mets, I listen to WFAN up in New York when I'm, driving around and everything. And, you root for these guys. Not saying that I'm not rooting for the Padres. I like the Padres. Padres are, good team. I love Manny Machado. Wish he could have stayed in Baltimore, but hey, it's one of those things. But this doesn't look good for the Mets, Definitely don't look good for the Mets. And like I said, I got some baseball I'm going to talk about. And we got 2 teams that are going to move on. And one of them is not the team that I thought would move on. Or one of them that's sitting at home is basically that was my World Series pick. But now I'm going to have to, I like, I still like my Dodgers. I think the Dodgers are going to go anyway. But, one of the teams that I thought that they would meet in the World Series is not going to make it. So I'm going to have to redo my American League World Series pick. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm probably going to do it a little bit later into the playoffs or so. Poo-poo of the week. This week, we got a doozy. Matter of fact, poo-poo of the week is going to lead into the discussion I have to have about Thursday night. That was just terrible. And after that, we're going to do the picks of the week. And then after that, we're going to do shouts, and we're going to wrap it up because I actually have to go on another trip. I got to go on a longer trip this week. Start Monday, I will. I really enjoy my trips. And my trips are, like I said, I love my job. I love my job. I love doing what I'm doing. And it's exciting. And for me, it's really, really cool. But to tell you one thing, I just get really, really tired a lot. I've been really, really tired a lot. And I think it's because basically I've been doing a lot of day trips. And usually if I do the night trip, I usually have some time to drive and then I have some time to sleep. But most of the time, and which is a good thing, I'm not, like I said, not complaining. I just really enjoy doing what I'm doing. All right, so I'll tell you what. We're going to take a break right here, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to do the college wrap. And after that, we're going to do news and notes. So you guys hang with me. I'll be right back. You're listening to 135, episode 135 of the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast. And now, for the first time, I want to introduce to you my voice actress lady. Take it away. We'll be right back. Right after this.
You.
That's the wrong one. I'm sorry. All right. I'll tell you what. We'll be right back right after this. And please hang with me because I know that, just doing this is crazy. But anyway, just hang with me. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Episode 135 of the Guru Talkin Sports Podcast. And this is what you were supposed to hear at the break. Play this right quick.
You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports Podcast.
That's my voice actress lady. And you know what? I've been trying. There's been some moving parts. And believe me, nothing in this doing these things are perfect. So I had to remember that there's certain moving parts that's going on that I have to do. And make sure that, get the right drops at the right time. So that was the voice actress lady. And like I said, she comes on right before my breaks. I pressed the other one and I had it set up to where that drop was supposed to be for something else. So when I get ready to do that other part, then I'll use that other drop. And I remember where they were at. Okay. I am a technical engineer as well today. Because King Guru ain't here. And King Guru is, working, playing football, doing this thing. And like I said, I'm here by myself. So I have to do everything. I have to do all the heavy lifting. And speaking of heavy lifting, the Black Goat 39 Studios is getting redone, and I had to do a little bit of work around here, and my back is hurting right now because I changed a few things in the studio, so I have to do all the work myself. So Goaty doesn't help, believe me, he doesn't do a damn thing. And, where are you at, Goaty? Yeah, there you are. All right. I'm not going to talk to you right now because I have some work to do. But anyway, I'll talk to you a little bit later. And one of your favorite people uh, sends her hi. She's wanted to say hi to you, Goldie, because she likes you. She thinks that you're like the funniest thing, the most comical thing, and believe me, you are. So, anyway, let me get back to the real deal. All right, college rap. College rap. This is what's happening in college world, and I want to let you guys know that Pete Alonso just tagged one for the Mets, and the Mets now lead the Padres 3-2. And this is a crucial game because if the Padres win this, they'll move on. And see, that's the thing. I didn't know that this and this is weird because, like I said, baseball at the beginning of this season really pissed us off. Really, really pissed us off. But I didn't know that they changed the format now to where there's 3 games in these parks, and you have to win two out of 3. I thought it was like, they changed it from the 1-game playoff, which is something that I always thought that was, do or die, 1-game playoff. And now they played it to where it's, 3 games in the higher seeds ballpark. So, now, like I said, a couple teams have already advanced because they won 2 games, 2 out of 3. So, it's not a 5-game series. It's not a 7-game series. Not a 1-game series. It's 2 out of 3. Got to win twice in that ballpark. So, like I said, changes, baseball, You know what? It's a good thing. No, one of the things, before I get to the college rap, one thing I do want to mention is that got to give big props to my man Aaron Judge. 62 home runs, and like I said, it seems like, it's clean. It's clean. He has the American League record, and he has the Yankee record. So, I still think it's a big thing, and I think it's a great accomplishment for a great player. Not a big Yankee fan, but like I said, give credit where credit is due. And to tell you the truth, this was probably one of the best hitting performances by anyone. Dude almost won the Triple Crown. So, runs batted in, home runs, RBIs for, like I said. Anyway, batting average, home runs, runs batted in. For the people that don't know, that don't know baseball or so. Anyway, like I said, I'm hanging in there. I'm a little bit tired. Back's hurting. Everything's hurting. Anyway, let's get to the college rap. Now, TCU beat Kansas today, 38-31. Kansas has been a really, really remarkable story. They have come from, basically the depths of hell to basically come back and, now they're 4-1. Great start for this team. Great start for this team. And TCU stays undefeated, so they got the inside track on the Big 12 championship. Another Big 12 matchup was the Red River, rival, Red River, whatever you call it now. I'm not sure. They call it the Red River Shootout or Red River, I don't know. It was the Red River rivalry when I was growing up. So, you know what? We'll just call it that. Texas beat the snot out of Oklahoma, 49-0. I'm not sure what's going on with Oklahoma. Both of these teams were unranked. And this is the first time that I can remember that both of these teams were not ranked coming into this game. So Oklahoma, jeez, got big problems. Big problems. And Texas, yeah, they played Alabama pretty close. So you figure, hey, this is a preview of what you're going to see when they both go to the SEC. You know, Purdue beat Maryland today 31-29, and Maryland could have won that, could have tied that game up if, you know, Tagovailoa didn't throw the ball over the guy's head. Just, trying to get to another player. Get it to the guy that's open. He threw it just basically over the guy's head. So Maryland goes down. They're 4-2. Purdue just bounced back. They're 4-2 now, and they're in the Big Ten. Ole Miss beat Vandy 52-28, which is a good thing because my man Dixieland Dan down there is a Ole Miss fan, and I got to give him credit. I like Ole Miss too because I'm not a real big Lane Kiffin guy, but the thing is that they got some players on that team that could probably match up with Alabama, and they won. They won. Georgia won. Ain't no big deal. Now here's some upsets. ASU, Arizona State, upset Washington. Now Washington was like 21st in the country. They beat them 43-38. And you got to remember, Arizona State, they playing with an interim head coach because they fired their head coach. Georgia Tech is another team that's playing with an interim head coach. They beat Duke today 23-20 in overtime. So, a couple of upsets. And another one, which is not really an upset, but something that we should expect from this team, Wisconsin. They beat Northwestern 42-7. And the thing about that is that they just fired their coach, and they have an interim coach that they're trying out, and hopefully, they give him a couple weeks to see what he could do, so they can probably hold on to him. As I mentioned, my boys, Ohio State, they beat Michigan State 42-20. My man Stroud threw for 6 touchdowns today, and this is the second time, he didn't put a whooping on Michigan State. And Michigan State, I really like Mel Tucker, but I'm not sure what happened to this team. They had a lot of injuries, and basically they have nobody that's basically playing pretty good for them. Big story. UCLA, wow, they keep on rolling. 6-0 now. 42-32 over Utah. And you know what? I really like Utah. I actually bought a Utah hoodie this week, and like I said, I'm not a big, I like certain teams, and I bought this Utah hoodie because I believe in this team. I think Kyle Whittingham is a great coach, and the thing about it is that they got some players. They got some really good players on their team, but I'm just shocked. That's the second loss for Utah. And now, I like UCLA as well. So now UCLA is like undefeated in the Pac-12. And you still got USC out there. They're still playing, and they're still undefeated. So we got some good teams that might be coming over into the Big Ten. UCLA and USC, undefeated? Not bad. Tennessee beat LSU 40-13, and I think I won some money off of that one. I gotta go check my bets. I'll check those in the next break. But I wanted to tell you guys that college, some of these games I had to stay away from today. And the thing is that I usually bet almost every week, but I had to stay away from a couple of these games. I think the Tennessee game was the one that I kind of knew that they were going to win because And another team that I like out of the SEC is Kentucky. I usually bet on Kentucky too. They've been playing pretty good. And see, like I said, Ole Miss playing pretty good too. I'll bet on them a little bit. All right, now let's go to some news and notes. All right, baseball playoffs, like I mentioned before, Pete Alonso just hit a bomb. And the Mets now lead the Padres 3-2. And the Seattle Mariners are moving on. First time back in the playoffs since 2001. Great story. And they eliminated my Toronto Blue Jays. Yes. Toronto. I picked Toronto to win the World Series this year. Oh, man. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Hopefully they can come back and do something next year. But, like I said, it was a kind of a sad ending. They came back. Basically, Toronto was leading this game, and they ended up losing this game 10-9. So now they are eliminated. Cleveland moves on. They eliminated Tampa Bay, which, I don't really care about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a so-so team or whatever. But, you know what? Cleveland is a very, very good young team, up-and-coming team. And they're going to be really, really tough to beat. All right, other things. We'll take a look at Jacob deGrom. I think his night might be over. But he pitched pretty good. Matter of fact, he not bad. The Mets needed a good start from him as well. This Draymond Green thing with him and Jordan Poole. I don't know what to say about it, but I'll tell you what. Draymond should, Draymond's going to do his thing. But, like I said, teammates like that in practice fight each other. It shouldn't be happening. It's not a good thing. Man, I tell you what, I just, some of these things like I hear just, kind of baffles me and, kind of makes me feel like, oh, what the hell, Now, this thing popped up a little bit earlier this week. I really don't want to go into it because I think it's really, really messed up. Somebody said, TMZ or somebody out there said that Tom Brady and Giselle are going to get a divorce. You know what? I really don't care. I really don't care because it's not my cup of tea. I don't want to talk about anybody's marital problems or their situations and stuff like that. My thing is that I got Tom Brady on my fantasy team. I like Tom Brady as a football player. And that's the only thing that kind of really, that I'm interested in. If marital problems, they're marital problems. Hopefully it's not going to affect him on the field. Because I definitely want him to do right and do good so I can, win some games, fantasy games, So, some of the things that people, really, really concentrate on is ridiculous to me. So, anyway, all right, that's news and notes. All right, and now let's get to the poo-poo of the week. And like I said, I got a brand new drop for it. Take it away, voice actress lady. Listen to this.
Phew-wee. What's that smell?
That smell is the poo-poo of the week. And believe me, it's bad. Actually, that's not the whole part of that. And it's funny because I was like sitting up here laughing and trying not to laugh out loud because, like I said, being the engineer and trying to do the podcast at the same time is comical. But thank you, voice actress lady. What is that smell? It's the poo-poo of the week. Now, poo-poo of the week has to go to no other than Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson was just terrible. Terrible. Oh my gosh. He stunk. And, Matt Ryan wasn't that good either. Oh man. Colts and I tell you that Colts and Broncos game Thursday night was just classically bad. Oh, terrible. Man, I just don't know. And this kind of going to lead into, I want to talk about this right now because I'm going to take a break and then we're going to go to the picks of the week and I'm going to, kind of wrap it up a little bit early because I know, I'm getting kind of tired right now. Anyway, I got to get up early tomorrow and do some things. And like I said, I got to get ready for this trip. But how bad was it Thursday night? It was so bad at the point of, everybody was saying, did Russell Wilson lose it or is he not good anymore? There was a lot of questions about what happened. I don't know. I really don't know. But I tell you one thing, I did pick Denver to come in last in that division. I hate to say it because, my man Curtis, cousin Curtis over on the from the Young GM podcast, he's a big Denver fan, but like I said, I just don't know what it is. The defense played pretty good, but Russell Wilson is just making bad reads and throwing the ball when they should run the ball. I thought he learned that when in the Super Bowl, remember? Oh gosh, it was really bad. It was horrible. And to tell you the truth, I seen some of the highlights and I was like, gosh, I can't believe this. This is crap. This is big time crap. But, oh my gosh. Anyway, that Thursday night game was atrocious. Really atrocious. It stunk. Stunk to the point of top stinktivity. Stinktivity, if that's a word. But I tell you one thing, it was really bad. People were just going off. I mean, I heard like some Denver fans, this one lady get out on there and said, I didn't really appreciate the mess that was coming out of the Mile High the other night. I'm like, gosh, man, it was just, oh, man. It's bad. It was bad. But anyway, I tell you what, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back. I'm going to give you the picks of the week. And I'm going to wrap this thing up kind of early because I am really, really tired. I hate to say this, but, really, really tired. All right. Anyway, you guys, I appreciate you hanging in with me. This is the Guru Talking Sports Podcast, episode 135. And believe me, and the thing about it is that I don't really preview the Thursday night game because that's actually in the next week. But it's just that the Thursday night games are supposed to be really good games. It's not. They're crap. They're really, really crappy. And, it's like, wow, gosh. Matter of fact, I got to get up early tomorrow because I'm going to be watching the Green Bay Packers and the Giants from London again. And remember, we got another 9:30 game. So, all right, I'll tell you what. Goldie, get in here. All right, I want to talk to you, Goldie. What is it with you? What have you been up to? You don't do anything around here to help me out, but yet and still you just, just sit there and you just be chilling all the time. And you're sitting up here looking at me now like I'm crazy. But anyway, Goldie, you okay? All right. Anyway, I know that you got a little upset when I was talking about your boy Tom Brady, right? Yeah, Tom Brady. I know that's your favorite football player. Anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna comment on Tom Brady. You ain't got to look at me like that, and we cool. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna go to the halftime, and then we'll be back, and then we're gonna go to the picks of the week, and we're gonna call it a day. You guys hang with me because I want you guys to know that we really appreciate you listening to the Guru Talking Sports podcast. But anyway, we're going to go to halftime. Here's the voice actress lady once again.
You're listening to the Guru Talking. You're listening to the Guru Talking Sports podcast.
All right, guys, we're back. Oh my gosh! I tell you one thing, it's I have to apologize for this podcast this week because when you're tired, you make mistakes, and believe me, I didn't try to make any mistakes, but it's just one of those things where you're kind of off, but still the show must go on. Try to get it together. Next week will be better. I'll be better. And believe me, I will give you my best. I always try to give you my best. Make sure I do that. Okay, now I have another new drop, and here's the voice actress lady. And hopefully this will go perfectly because, we're going to go ballistic if we don't have at least one good sound bite today. Or if it doesn't stop right off. Here we go.
And now it's time for Guru's Picks of the Week.
Thank you, voice actress lady. Hey, whoa. That went perfectly. I appreciate it. You know what? I really appreciate the voice actress lady because she does a lot. She does a lot, and she does. We have a lot of drops that we have, and I want to make sure that we get them in and they do the right. They're in at the right time for the stuff that we've been doing. Like the poo poo of the week, and she introduces me from basically every break and everything. But I want you guys to know that I really appreciate her for taking the time to help me out with this, and believe me, it's a lot of help. I need a lot of help. So I really appreciate the voice actress lady. And for the first time that we had, we got it right. I definitely want to play this and thank her. Where's it at? All right. Like I said, I try to give applause, and matter of fact, she deserves a round of applause. All right, let me get this right. Thank you, voice actress lady. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's go to the picks of the week and try to wrap this thing up before anything else bad happens. Okay. Now, like I told you before, there's a early morning game that I'm going to be getting up for. I'm going to watch this game and probably go right back to sleep because I need all the sleep I can get. And I need all the rest I can get because I'm really, really tired. It's something else. Anyway, first off, Green Bay is an 8-point favorite going over in London to play the New York Giants. I see Aaron Rodgers throwing a couple touchdowns. And like I said, the Giants have been pretty good this week or this year so far. But I don't see them, beating the Packers, and hopefully that the Packers can get their wide receivers together. I'm taking Green Bay and the 8 points. All right, squeaky stuff is me getting the pen out so I can make sure I can remember all these picks. Okay, I'm taking Green Bay. I'm laying the 8 points with Green Bay. Okay, but now listen to this. This has never happened before. Not since the merger. Bust the facts. The merger was in 1970. Not since the merger, the Pittsburgh Steelers is a double-digit underdog. And I'm actually going to take the 14 points, but Buffalo's going to win the game, so that's what I'm going to go with. Kenny Pickett is going to make his first start. I got him on one of my fantasy teams, and I'm not sure if I'm going to play him. I'm really doing bad in one of the leagues I'm in. I won it back-to-back. I won it in 20 and 21. And this year, I'm starting off 1-3, so, I think I think they got my number. Anyway, so I'm not going to play Kenny Pickett in that. I am going to take Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a little bit better team anyway. All right, Cleveland is playing the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are up and down. Cleveland has been kind of solid, even though they lost last week. My man Nick Chubb should run the ball pretty good. But I'm going to take the LA Chargers because I think that they can probably turn this game around. So we're going to go with the Chargers on that one. And, I still like the Chargers. Chargers are a good team. Jacksonville is at home, and they are a 7-point favorite over Houston. The tough luck with Jacksonville last week in Philadelphia, they played sloppy. They were sloppy. 5 turnovers by Trevor Lawrence, a couple of interceptions. It wasn't that, I'm not making excuses for Jacksonville. But the thing about it is that they got to be a little bit better, and they got to protect the ball a little bit better. Houston is not that good. But you got to remember, last year, bust the facts, last year, Jacksonville lost to this team twice. And they wasn't that good last year as well. I think that Jacksonville will win this game and I'm laying the 7 points with Jacksonville. Chicago is a 7.5 point underdog to Minnesota in Minnesota. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I still think that John Jefferson is going to have a breakout game, and I think that they are going to be better. So give me Minnesota. I'm really worried about Justin Fields. I'm not sure if he's, I don't know. I'm just worried about him. He's a Buckeye too, so got to worry about him. But I'm taking Minnesota in this game, laying at 7.5 points. Detroit is going into New England to play the Patriots. Let's see. New England's going to be wearing that their old school uniforms, which is something I like to see. I like the old school uniforms. Detroit is a little bit banged up still, and they're snake bitten. You know what? I'm gonna go with Detroit in this game. I don't know. I just New England is not New England, and I'm not sure who's starting for them. I don't know if Matt Jones or their quarterback is going to start. So, I'm going to take Detroit. Andy Dalton will be starting for New Orleans against Seattle. New Orleans is a 5-point favorite at home against Seattle. Geno Smith has been playing lights out, and I'm going to take. I took him on one of my fantasy teams, so I'm going to go with New Orleans to win this game. I still think that Chris Olave is going to have a breakout game. Give me Chris Olave, and give me New Orleans 5 points. All right. Miami is a 3.5-point favorite at home against the New York Jets. We don't know who's starting for them. Probably Teddy Bridgewater, right? Okay. I still think Miami's a little bit better team. I hate to say this, but the Jets, it's kind of hard to take the Jets in this game. Give me Miami at a 3.5. I'm laying at 3.5 points with Miami. Tampa Bay is a 10-point favorite over Atlanta. Tampa Bay's offense is not right. Atlanta's been playing pretty good. I hate to play, I'm not going to go against Tom Brady. 10 is a lot to lay on this game. I think it's going to be close, but give me Tampa Bay to win this game anyway. All right, the Tennessee-Washington game is a pick'em. I don't know who. Tennessee is better. Jacksonville should have 3 wins right now, and Washington's not that good at all. So, give me Tennessee on that game. San Francisco is 6.5-point favorite over Carolina. Carolina has no chance in this game. And I tell you what, Jimmy G's playing, should be a little bit better, but that San Francisco defense is a lot to handle. Bosa looked good last week. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not really a big Baker Mayfield fan. Really don't like him at all. But San Francisco in that game. Philadelphia is going into Arizona, the only unbeaten team in the league. Philadelphia had a pretty good game last week against Jacksonville in the rain. Philadelphia's really too tough. Arizona, I'm not sure what's wrong with Arizona, but give me Philadelphia in the later 5.5 points. And yes, Philadelphia, I'm taking you. Okay, don't ever say I never pick you guys. I'm picking you guys, okay? There you go. All right. Dallas is a +5.5 favorite or underdog. Excuse me. Jeez, I'm sorry. I had to yawn. I'm sorry. Tell you, it's been a long day, and had a lot to do. Anyway, 5.5-point underdog. I'm gonna take the 5.5 points, and I think that Dallas is gonna win this game. Give me Dallas in that game. The Rams haven't been playing good at all, so I don't know. I just don't. Rams has got that hangover, Super Bowl hangover, and I think Dallas is playing really good with Cooper Rush. I'm going to take Dallas in this game. Cincinnati is a 3.5-point dog to Baltimore. Baltimore, I don't know what's wrong with them. Harbaugh and his decisions have been really, really terrible. Give me Cincinnati in this game. Give me the 3.5 points, and I'm taking Cincinnati. Monday night is going to be a good one. Raiders coming off their first win. Kansas City is, they beat Tampa Bay. They're looking pretty good. But give me my Raiders. I can't go against my Raiders at all. So I'm going to take the 7 points, and I'm going to go with the Raiders. Okay. All right, that's your picks. Like I said, I'm taking Green Bay. I'm taking Buffalo. Taking the Chargers. Taking Jacksonville. Taking Minnesota. Taking Detroit. New Orleans. Miami. Tampa Bay. Tennessee. San Francisco. Philadelphia. Dallas. Cincinnati. And the Raiders. All right. Those are my picks. And hopefully I can go at least 500 for the picks of the week. Anyway, I appreciate that. That was the picks of the week. Done with that. Now, I'm going to have to wrap this up because, 1, I'm tired. 2, I hate making mistakes, but like I said, I appreciate you guys for listening. This is not my best, and I promise I will be at my best next week when I come back, and I will talk to you next week. All right. Like I said, you guys know where to find me at on social. At Goat39 on Twitter, and at MT Mac GT. Oh man, see, Mac _ GTS _ BB39. Okay. Now, YouTube, the Guru of Sports Show on YouTube. Facebook, Guru's Daily Shorts on Facebook. IG is Guru Talking Sports _ podcast. And like I said, you know where to find me at on Twitter. Go39. Mac and Bear. Podcasts, outlets, you can find them everywhere. I am on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Podchasers, all over the place. All right, big props, and hopefully everybody down in Florida is okay. Got to give a shout out to the Mary Mac show on Grief. I got to check on her to see if she's okay, her and her friend down in Florida. Like I said, we make sure that, everybody down there is okay. My man, Jeff Duarte, Cali Sports News. Appreciate you every week. Definitely try to touch base on. My man, Curtis, and his grandson, Jarrett. The Young GM podcast is really, really good, and definitely how to keep in touch with you. My man Dave May Jr., a Major League Baseball insider. Man, I'm sorry now that our Blue Jays are gone, but anyway, we'll be back next year. Don't worry, we will be back next year. Okay. My crew, Caden Guru, technical advisor, executive producer, and board op, which is never here. So, Ray Guru is musical, technical advisor, and engineer. Plays all these great. Give me the great intro, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Ray. Dante Guru is my backup co-host and show advisor, and we always give big props, and our shout out to Cousin Aaron. Just everything that we do now is in his memory. I know that he probably will say, "Hey, this, you're not at your best. Do better." I know. I'm sorry, Cousin Aaron. I'll make sure I'll make it up to you next week. All right. Our motto is saying there's been a Black Goat Productions for Black Goat Sports. Copyright 2022, all rights reserved. We don't hate, we congratulate. We always create, and we don't steal from anybody. We always give people credit. Appreciate the Doors. Mention the Doors because that's my introduction, and that's, definitely have to give them credit. Use the hashtag Guru Talking Sports, and use the hashtag Big Props always. All right, we'll give some shout outs right here. All right, excuse the paperwork. My man Robin 321, Coach, MP, Marie in Denver, Eric in Nova, Steve in Severna Park, JC in Calgary, Big Larry, Carla, Monica, Mariana, Mitchell, my man Dan, Dixieland Dan from Mechanicsburg. Big shouts and props to Hawaiian Tony Dancer, Derek in Pittsburgh, Adriana, Senor Pant Leg. Can't forget you, my buddy. And, all my people on Twitter that I shout out and I follow. I appreciate you guys. My man Rick in Buffalo, I haven't talked to him in a while. I know I'm going to probably have to get him in. Bella B, Jeff of Southland, Mel. Appreciate you guys. Lori, everybody. Appreciate you all. Definitely. Thank you for everything. My man Justin, appreciate you. All right, friends on Facebook, Rob Spencer, Rocco, Ernie, Keith, Kareem, Big Al, appreciate you guys. Charlie Rogers, Chris Kerwin, Denise Hyde, Jeff Brown, Jamie Dorsey, Mike Fox, Cousin Damon, Uncle G, appreciate you guys as well. Want to give a shout out to my man, mi amigo, up in New York, Jason. Gracias, my brother. Gracias. Appreciate you. Thank you. It's funny because, I try to make sure that I'm friendly with everybody and try to make friends everywhere. And, it's funny because, Jason's a really cool guy, always pleasant, always, And see, the thing is that when you work with people, you always want to build a camaraderie of respect. And that's one of the things I always pride myself on, is building a camaraderie of respect and making sure that, when I go places, I do what they ask me to do. I don't try to cause any problems. I try to make it easier, and they make it easier on me. So, I appreciate that. And Jason's probably one of the good guys that I met up in New York. And the thing about it is that sometimes that, things don't go well. But, not to be disrespectful, you always have to keep your cool, and basically, everything works out. And I really appreciate Jason for, getting me here. I got home yesterday, which is cool. And I really appreciate that. But anyway, I want to tell everybody that, hey, I really appreciate this. I'm very, very sorry for, not having it this week. You got to bring it every single time you get on this microphone. I'm a little bit out of it, but like I said, I will be back next week, and I will be better. Definitely be better. I want to thank, Daryl also, Daryl Amos, Mr. Daryl Amos. I want to thank Mr. James Davis. I want to thank everybody, guys that came in the last 4 weeks. And we got more people coming in. I'm going to make sure that I bang on some more doors and get a few more people up in here. Because, like I said, this is a fun thing. I want to make this fun. This is fun for me. We can sit down and have a conversation, talk sports. Hey, that's all I ask. That's all I want to do. It's all fun, and I make it fun, and that's what I always do. I appreciate you guys for listening. We will be back next week with episode 136, and episode 136 will be a whole lot better. You guys take care of yourself. Mets are still leading 3-2. And the Phillies, I think, are still winning. So, yeah. Bottom of the sixth, Philadelphia has a 2-0 lead. And they are 1 win away from advancing. So, good luck. Enjoy the rest of the sports weekend. We'll be back next week with episode 136. This is the Guru sounding off. But like I said, every single time, we always leave a moment of silence at the end of a program for Cousin Aaron. You guys take care. I'll be back soon next week. Take care.